Hey guys, June 19th, 2020. Just want to share a few minutes of some verses I was thinking about today. Hebrews 13, 17, 1 Peter, and Romans. I'm going to hit a couple verses real fast. Hebrews 13, 17 says, "Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves." 1 Peter 2:13 says, "Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king or as a supreme or to the governors." Later on in verse 17 it says, "Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, and honor the king." Romans 13:2 says, "Therefore whosoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment." Sorry, I've got a little bit of traffic. The reason I read those verses was I've had discussions before with people about, I guess, laws in general, like simple laws and things that we, like right now, I'm driving on the interstate and I'm going 59. Speed limit's 60. And it's very doubtful I'm going to pass somebody because I'm going on 60. I'm going to set my cruise to 60, and there's cars, passing me constantly. I'm not going to pass anybody going the speed. Probably not. But is 61 breaking God's law? And I've had explained to me before that, a policeman, authority, they're not going to say it. They're not going to do anything to you for going one over. And I was like, that's not my point. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at what God's trying to say. And, I feel somewhat guilty when I speed. And I've never been one to go really fast. But I have broken the speed just like everybody else. Most of the time, folks don't even know what the speed limit is. But, if we're going 10 over, is it any different than going 1 over? If we're going 50 over, what does a different amount of points or a different value of a ticket, or the fact that the policeman would pull you over, make the law you're breaking any different if you're going 61 versus 70 in a 60? And I don't know, I see God's law as saying that we're supposed to obey them that have the rule over us. The ones that have rule over us actually create the laws. The laws are what we're supposed to go by, whether we like them or not. And of course, we have God's law, we have man's law. But if we're breaking the speed limit, I know it's very simple. What other simple things do we tend to gloss over? Like, I was thinking about the petty sin, things that you don't, if I do a little bit of this, if I overeat a little bit of this, or if I watch a little bit of this on the internet that I'm not supposed to watch, or if I'm supposed to respond in anger just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, or maybe God won't catch that. And I don't know, is 61 and a 60 a sin? Based off the Bible, I can't see where it's not a sin. And just the fact that everybody's doing it doesn't make it not a sin. So does every other little small sin, or things that we just kind of, like I said, gloss over, are those, we carry a multitude of sin. And I think my point of what I'm getting at is that level of sin gradually increases over time with how much we're willing to test the limits of that sin. And our country right now, I think, is being exposed to the fact that we've created a lot of I was going to say young people, but I think there's people in general that we've created a generation where they don't respect authority, or they don't really know the limits, or maybe they do and they just like testing every limit they can. But it's sin when it says in the Bible, and it says, I just read 3 verses. I'm talking there's 20, 30, maybe more, 40 more verses dealing with obeying authority. No one likes to really obey authority. They want to be, their own person, and But thank goodness we have authority that we can obey. And if not, our world would be a chaotic mess. But they're trying to eliminate a lot of those boundaries right now, and that's the scary part. But anyway, all I'm getting at is think about how far you're testing your limits with the small sin you do. And if your limit keep increasing, you're going to get into more and more abrasive and abrupt sin that you probably are going to fall in a trap is going to be hard to recover from. But hey, try to drive the speed limit. Start there. Try not to watch certain things online that are going to pull you down. Hey, we're all guilty of it. I'm super guilty of it. Maybe I don't speed, but there's a million other things I do that I do wrong. But I just didn't use my signal, and I hate wearing my seatbelt, but I'm wearing it now, and trying to do better. But anyway, just pray for America that we'll obey the law, obey those that have rule over us. It's God's commandment. Y'all have a good day, and take care. It's hot out there. Bye.